Hey y'all. So I haven't posted much in a while. I did a little archery video a couple weeks back. We're now end of November here and went through the rifle season. I did not film any of that. I was going to, but my deer hunt as far as rifle goes is always like an old tradition, and I really didn't want to like be filming any of that. I don't know, it's just didn't feel right. But to recap, hunted for 6 days total during the 9-day season that we have here in Minnesota, and I got 2 deer opening morning, so not bad, right? Gave one to my dad. My dad didn't end up, he actually didn't see a single deer. I shot a 6-point buck and then a little button buck, which counts as an antlerless deer. So I was able to use my bonus permit for that. Gave over the deer to my dad. So yeah, I mean, got a good bit of meat on it. Like, it was a smaller 6-pointer, like as far as antlers go, but it was a pretty good sized deer. Skinned it all myself. Got the hide back at the house thawing out. I was gonna flush it this afternoon, but what I was gonna do today, I took the day off just because I didn't have much going on at work. So I took the day off. What I'm doing today is I'm gonna set some traps. So I got a gravel pit I was given permission to trap, and I'm pretty excited about it. I guess I don't even know how big it is, but I'm out here in farm country, so there's not a lot of variation in the landscape. There's very little water, but this gravel pit's got a big old pond on it, and the owner wants all the beavers out. So it's got a whole bunch of beavers. I've never trapped beavers, so this is gonna be a new experience for me. I've trapped some raccoons so far, but I've never messed with beavers. So this is gonna be the first time I do beavers. Also the first time I'm gonna do some coyotes. So I got my vehicle here all loaded up with different types of traps. I'm gonna keep a lean line because I don't have a ton of time to go skin animals. So my plan is I was gonna set out 6 to 8 raccoon traps, which hopefully could yield 3 or 4 raccoons in a couple days here. I'm gonna set a couple coyote traps. Coyotes are a lot harder to catch, so I'm just gonna set some out and see if I can get a couple there. And then I have 5 separate types of beaver traps, 2 body grippers, and then 3 foothold traps attached to drowners. So, I mean, my main target is going to be beavers just because the owner wants them out of there. But, yeah, I'm excited. So, we're going to get here in a little bit. It's only about 5 minutes away from my house, which is also nice. I don't have to drive super far. We're going to set some traps. So, let's see what happens. All right, so, getting geared up. I got 6 dog-proof raccoon traps. Got some dog food, so with a little sardine oil mixed in with it. Got my driver. Should be good to go. Here, I'll show you what I got on my So, got tool belt, got my hammer, got some jam, marshmallows. Geared up for raccoons, baby. All right, so this is the main corridor for a lot of creatures. More than likely deer, coyotes, and I'm sure some raccoons, but mainly what I'm looking for are these little down paths like this. The only animals that are going down there usually gonna be raccoons. Kind of wish I was on that other side. It's nice and flat, but we'll do fine right here. I can go up a little further, see if I can find another culvert, set up my first trap. You see something like this, it's what you'd call a well-worn track. This is pretty substantial. There's a beaver, there's a pond over here. I'm almost wondering if this is beavers. There's some scat right there. It's raccoon scat. Yeah, there's some raccoon traffic in here, son. Look at this. Oh, no, that's coyote, actually. There's a lot of coyote. Holy shit, there's a lot of coyote back here. This is gonna be the site of a lot of coyote trappings, hopefully. I mean, they already know I'm here. I'm gonna bring my own. Well, actually, you know what? Coyotes don't eat corn. I can say this raccoon. Just a big raccoon. There's also no fur in it, so yeah, that's not a raccoon. We'll set some raccoon traps. I'll bet there's a few in here. We'll set 2 right here. This will be an easy spot, and then come off right here, right down to the water. I bet they do this every night. Yeah, this is gonna be a good spot. There we go. So, I'm just setting a standard raccoon dog proof trap. One of these. I got it attached to a super anchor or earth anchor here, attached to about 18 inches of chain. This is what you do. So I'm right on a main trail. Take your driver stake, put it right in the little fin thing here. I always put my chain off the trail. I don't know why. I don't think it really matters, but get your nice heavy hammer, pound her in. I'm in some pretty solid dirt here. Not frozen yet, but it's pretty solid. Once you got it down, loosen it, jiggle it a little bit, pull it straight out. Now you grab the chain and basically you set the anchor. Pull as hard as you can and you're good. Now you set these dog proofs here. Not really dog proof, they're just dog resistant. Oops. Works better if you got bare hands, but it's cold, so you don't want to spend too much time barehanded. Get her set here. When you set these things, don't push the dog all the way into the trigger. You want it very sensitive. And this, you can see I got a lot of, this thing's already been scratched out. This because I caught a raccoon on this earlier this year. But you can see that trail. I mean, it is beaten down. So from here, put the trap right in the trail. All right, let me, should just get a legit camera instead of my phone. But who has time for that? Get your trap set, easy. Grab you some dog food, fill her up. Make sure you spill some, like that. Marshmallows. They like marshmallows, I don't know the reason. They like them. Scatter them about. Put a few in here. To seal the deal, a little grape jam. Put it right in there. Makes it a pain to clean out later. But what that does is it gets soaked up in all that dog food. So when that raccoon reaches its hand in there and grabs it and pulls it, the dog food's all globbed up and they have to like grab big chunks of it. So, all right, I got 2 traps set. I'm gonna set 1 more back here in the trees a little bit. And we'll move on to another spot. I'm only doing 6 raccoon traps today. I don't want to catch too many. They're not worth that much anyway, so let's keep on going. All right, we got another big trail right here. Another little trail right here. So they're skirting right here. And this could be deer, this could be anything, but that's a pretty beaten down trail. I don't think it's beaver. Their trails are usually a lot bigger, more prominent. They don't have a reason to come up this way anyway. All the willows and stuff are over there, but we're gonna do a couple dog proofs here as well. And then I see a cutout right there from beaver, and then a cutout over there. And then, I mean, their main lodge is over there, so I'm gonna focus on their lodge. But right now I'll get a couple more dog proofs in. Gotta make a pit stop at the truck. Had a landowner come out and ask me what I'm doing. So situation is, I got permission to trap this land by a brother. There are 3 brothers that own this land. One of them apparently wasn't made aware that I was going to be out here. So yeah, had a, you know, quick, cordial conversation with him, explain what I was doing, who I talked to. You know, if you ever get in a situation like that, just be as polite as possible, explain exactly what you're doing. He asked me what I was trapping, told him raccoons and beavers and coyotes. I asked him a follow-up question whether they pheasant hunt out here. He said they do. So I told him I'm not going to set coyote traps because I don't want one of their dogs get caught, which he appreciated. So yeah, little stuff like that can go a long ways. Just, you know, be legit. Tell them who you are, tell them exactly what you're doing, especially if you have permission. I mean, I had permission to come out here, so I wasn't too worried about getting scolded or yelled at or anything like that. But you just, you know, you want to be, they're giving you permission to trap this property. You know, you want to be as polite as possible, even if they kind of come in aggressive, which he didn't. He came in very polite. He just wanted to know what the hell I was doing on his property, which I understand. So yeah, so I'm switching tactics. No coyotes this time. I got one of my traps I set, but it didn't set well, so it came up all mucky from the bottom of the pond. So I'm cleaning it out. I gotta put it back out. I want to use this trap specifically because, again, a raccoon got it, and whenever you reset a trap that a raccoon has been caught in, you generally have better luck. So I'll reset this one. I'm gonna set out 2 box traps for raccoons, which I'll show you, and then get to beaver trapping. So let's see what happens. So I got this set right here. I feel pretty confident in the anchor, but I'm right next to the pond and I already pulled one up, so I'm just gonna shove this rebar in here just to ensure that it stays. You know, that way you don't have a raccoon running around with one of your traps. They're $12 and a raccoon's worth like 10, so might as well make sure it's secure. Nice trail again, going right out to that pond. Got me a little box here. I got some bait back there. I got a little wire mesh screen. Kona Bear 160. So what you do here is, let me switch it. What you do here, so what I do here is I take my trap, I flip it around here, put that into the grooves that are built out. See, my safety did a great job. It fell off, but that's okay. Push it in a little bit. And the goal here is that a raccoon's gonna slip in there and get snapped. So I've caught a couple on these. They've been pretty successful, and I like these for skunks, because it just kills the skunk. You don't have to worry about dispatching it or anything like that. So I got one more like this I'm gonna set up. One last thing I do here, not required, but helps. Take your stake, drive that thing in, just in case you get a big animal, big raccoon, doesn't die. You know, it's not gonna go very far with this box. This box is very heavy, but still, set that in there, but just to ensure that you don't lose a trap and an animal. All right, set up the last one. We'll do some beaver trapping. I also ran into a minor snag in that the gravel pit, not as deep as I was thinking it would be. Jeez, there's another beaver run right here. Look at that. Set a trap here. But now the problem is that, yeah, the gravel pit's very shallow. That's deep in the middle, but right off the shoreline it's very shallow. And I only have like 8-foot long cables, which means that I can only let them run out maybe 8 feet. And that's the deepest water that they can get to, which in this case is only about a foot deep. So they're going to be able to get through that. So, which isn't going to work. So I found a deep spot way over there. I'm going to set one drowning cable. Otherwise, I'm going to focus on Duke 330s in this area. So there's a lot of traffic, just beaver traffic. So I think those will probably work best. Then I'll have my one drowner, maybe two. I don't know. We'll see how ambitious I get. But I mean, this whole area is just riddled with trails and shit like that. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of activity back here. And as far as I know, I'm the only one that's trapped this area in a long time. So good potential. We get a lot of critters. Excited for tomorrow. Set my first Duke 330 right in here somewhere. You can see they move through here quite a bit. It's perfect spot for them. So I'm gonna, right that little choke point there, I'm gonna set one. All right, well, got her set. I mean, I don't really need to block it. Maybe on this side, I'll put a couple sticks, but I mean, it's direct path up. Those beavers aren't exactly acrobatic, so I think I put a couple sticks over here, and that way it kind of is forced, like on this ridge here, that way it's forced to go up that way. See what happens. This seems like a good spot though. Last 330 set, you can see right there. I put in a stick here and a stick there just to kind of hold it up, and then just to guide them in, but they don't need a guide. That's where they're gonna go. There's no real other way for them to get up there. Got one more foothold I'm gonna set, and that's gonna be on a drowning cable, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So it's almost 11. I've been out here for like 3 hours, and I've really only set like 10 traps. I'm getting tired. So let's get to it. I'm gonna call this another activity you don't need to be in shape for, but man, it sure helps. Because I mean, I'm lugging anchors, all my traps in a backpack all the way from there. I mean, it's not super far, but it's mushing around in this muck and waders, carrying tons of stuff. It's a workout, man. Your average fat man wouldn't be able to do this too well, but granted, a larger person would probably go ahead and use like a four-wheeler, you know. So I don't know. I don't feel comfortable driving my vehicle around here. I also don't have a four-wheeler, so I'm just walking it. Good exercise anyway. So like I said, one more trap to set. It's gonna be on that corner there, and we're gonna head on home. Yeah. Little smudge there. Last trap set. Got 2 drowners over there. I got 2 330s set. So 4 beaver traps total. I got 8 raccoon traps set. It's hard not to set more. I mean, I'm looking around here. I mean, there are signs for everything around here, but I can't be too greedy because I don't have that much time, for one, and 2, I want these critters to last a while. So I mean, this is like guaranteed several months, maybe several years worth of trapping out of here. You know, as long as I kind of keep a sustainable pace, should be okay. But I mean, it is ridiculous what's out here. I can't imagine. I bet the hunting out here, like deer hunting, is just crazy. Super cool spot. Very, very blessed to have gotten permission to hunt, or to trap out here. So I'm gonna walk back to my car, taking the long way around, just so I can see if I can find any more potential spots. Then I'm gonna head on home. So yeah, let's get back to the car. Yeah, so this is a long way home. Going all the way around the pond here, but I mean, you can see tracks and poop. You know, mainly what I'm looking for is a deeper spot of water here where I can set up a potential browner, but we're not really finding any. I think this is just a shallow gravel pit. I need a longer cable, and I think I have one more foothold trap for beavers. It's a MB 750. Go ahead and run a longer cable on that. Maybe do like a 12-foot or a 15-foot cable. That way I can get a lot further out. I'm actually out of anchors too, but I got tons of rocks here that I can use. So I think tomorrow when I come out and check the traps, I'm gonna go ahead and set that other trap, probably kind of in that same location, and maybe over by the lodge itself. You see that lodge right there. In the state of Minnesota, you are not allowed to set a trap on the lodge or damage the lodge. Otherwise, I would do that. That'd be the obvious place to set a trap. But what I did is I set up some 330s, probably about 100 feet away where I saw them. A nice travel lane. I mean, here's a travel lane right here for beavers. So I think we'll have some luck. Oh, something moved over there. I'm guessing the only luck I'll have tomorrow would be raccoons. Maybe one beaver, but you never know. I usually assume like a 10% catch rate. You know, it just depends on if they want to move. I might catch nothing, you know, but then the next night I might catch a lot because we got a front moving in on Monday or on Sunday night. So who can say? All right, I'm gonna head on back to my car and oh shit, look at that. Look at that. No, this kind of scouting is good because, you know, if I catch a couple beaver over there on my 330s, I'll move them over here. So anyway, Josh out.